What's up, everybody? YouTube, shalom. This video is called Marriage Without a License. Alright, I made this video because mainly a topic that my sister brought up, and I thought it needed to be gone into further depth. So I decided to go ahead and make this video. I want to make it really quick. It's very important that you guys learn it quick as you can. Hopefully you have some Bible knowledge, because I'm going to be going really fast. So hopefully you should know. Hoping that you know your scriptures. If you don't, please study. With that said, let's get into it. Alright. So basically, I'm going to show you the beginning and take it back way before there was even, before there was even the law. Because before the law, there was not anything that was talking about, like, divorce and all that type of thing. All right. So we'll go with that. And so in Genesis chapter 2, verse 8, we find that you're going to hear about God going and making man, and he's going to form woman, and he's going to lay the foundation of what marriage was, right? So let's get into it. All right, so Genesis chapter 2, verse 8 says, "And the Lord," which is Yahweh, God, "planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And the river went out of Eden to water the garden. And from thence it was parted, and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison. That is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. And there is Bedulium, and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest, therefore thou shalt surely die. And the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air, and brought them into Abram to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helpmeet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon man, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. This is why you get the name woman, because she came from a man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. All right. So we find here that he had created man and female, right? And he had ordained them to be husband and wife, right? All right. So when you go in and you look up this word husband, if you look at it in the Hebrew, the word husband usually means like master or like leader. And the woman is like a helper, so to speak. When you look at the woman, and it's like his helper. So it's like you still find those things, and people don't think that marriage is what it is. They don't know what it really is until they look it up. Oh, sorry, excuse me, but it's late. But moving on. My point is to show you that there was not a preacher there to say I ordain you, man and woman, this and third. I'm gonna prove it. All right. So it's going on. We're gonna go on and move on to Genesis 16, 2 and 4 with Abraham and Sarah. We're gonna go through two marriages that's in the Old Testament that show you that sex is marriage. Okay. Right. 16, 2 to 4. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I'm on your page over. Bam. 2 and 4. All right, here we go. This is with Sarah and Hagar when that comes around. So it says, now Sarah's, Abraham's wife, bare him no children, and she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarah said unto Abraham, behold, now the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarah. And Sarah, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. All right. So there you find in your book, in the Bible, that a woman could even say to her husband and even ask her husband to take another wife. So in this same token, you have a lot of folks who say man was put here for one woman. I believe in one woman, one wife. That's never where the Most High has said. He never says in the Bible it's supposed to be one man, one wife. He never said that. He said between a man and a woman, that's what marriage is. He never said man and one woman. He never said that. As you can see right here, Abraham was a man of God. He was the forefather of the Israelites. So you have that. Now, to prove to you once again, sex is marriage, let's go again to Genesis 29. I told you I'm going to make this quick. I don't want to handle this so long. And I'll go through everything else later. So Genesis 29 verse 20. It says, and Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. So when he say go in unto her, means have sexual relations with her. That's what they mean. If you read the Bible, multiple times they say he went into her, which means have sex, and they become wife. All right. And so it say, and Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. So they made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening, that night, that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him. And he went in unto her, had sex. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this thou hast done to me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country, to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee also this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years. And Jacob did so and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah his handmaid to be her maid. All right. And he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years. Once again, you never hear about they went before a priest. You never hear about, a certificate. You never hear those things. Why? Because those things came when Moses came into the scene. Because he gave the bill of divorce. Because before the divorce and before it was a bill, you didn't need that. All you had was, this is my wife, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And so, you see that, a lot of times they will say, this is how it happened. It went into her. There's another one, if I can find it. I believe it's like Genesis 25 is another one. When, what was it, Isaac and Rebecca? Yeah, Isaac with Rebecca, he went to her, and it said the same thing. Say he took her in the tent, yeah, and he went to her, and found it. And so it's the same thing, and I'm trying to find that for y'all so y'all can see it. Because it tells you right there that, they seen each other and they liked each other and they just went in and got it on, And so let me see if I can find it. Sorry, give me 1 second. I can see it. Hold on. Okay, yep, I'm almost there, guys. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So it says right here in Genesis 24, verse 65 says, on 64, no, so 64 first. It says, and Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lifted off the camel. For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? So she thought he looked good. And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. Such was the custom where you get the wedding veil from, to cover it so that you can look beautiful when he unveil you, of course. And so it said, and the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother's tent, Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah. Took her. And that word took, once again, in the Hebrew means to marry or to possess or something. You know what I'm saying? So he took her, and it says, and he took her took her into her mother's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So that's a whole bunch of things that you see right there that showing you that sex is marriage. And there was a lot of if you look in the book of Tobit, there's the ceremony with when he married his cousin. I forgot what her name was. But he married her, and they had sex. Sorry, forgive me, it's late. But they had sex, and he took her. They had a feast. Only thing that happened was they had the feast. It never said anything about a ring. It never says anything about, a ceremony. And then the preacher said, do you take this man to be your wife? All that. It never said that. So I would ask y'all to read that. Another important thing that I will be putting in is that also that you cannot divorce your husband. You cannot put him away. Only the husband can do that. That's for the husband. Reason why you have back in the day, women should ask their husband to put them away, which means let them go free. They couldn't just step out on their own. That was not heard of back then. It's not made true. Even today, the husband had to sign off to like make that valid. You know what I'm saying? It had to be a mutual agreement. So you can't just say, "Oh, it's over," blah 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 blah, in a marriage. And this makes sense when you read the Bible. It won't make sense to you if you have no knowledge of the Bible. But if you have any questions, comment, and I'll make some more videos. Thank you.